Hello everyone. It is Jackie from Pocket of Preschool, and I wanted to show you guys the brand new Animals in Winter science unit. So if you own the science bundle, go download that again because this new unit is now included in it. The link is at the top of this post if you want to grab the unit as well. So this is a brand new unit in the Little Learner Science curriculum, and I'm going to show you all the things that are included so you can kind of see it in action before you want to grab it. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and pop them in the comments and I can answer them for you. So just like all of my science units, I show you the resource in action, and here is one of the science table setups. So you have your vocabulary cards at the back, which I just hang these on a ribbon. And the ribbon I just secure with some staples. And I put them on these little clips. That way if you want to take them down and use them during circle time, or if the kids want to use them as a reference, you can easily do that. So it makes it a little bit more interactive. And then at the table, I have some animals that hibernate. So they can use the tools to measure how big they are. They can use the magnifying glass to look at them closer. So there'll be like examining the body parts and the animal coverings. And then I have these three photo like little decks. So I have, and in the corner you can kind of tell which animal they are. So in the winter, some animals hibernate, some animals adapt, and then some animals migrate. So there are, you can put them on book rings and put them kind of separated so they're sorted. Or if your kiddos are super little and you just want to talk about the animals that hibernate, just put out that ring. If you want to talk about animals that, maybe you just want to talk about animals that hibernate and migrate, you can just put out those. Or if you want to talk about animals that adapt, like tree squirrels and a wolf and a mouse, you can talk about all of those animals. And I do want to say, in doing all of my research, there are two kinds of hibernators. So there is a true hibernator, ones that actually sleep all winter. And then there are some that do wake up during the winter to eat, or just, get woken up by noises and things. Like a bear isn't a true hibernator. It will wake up to eat and from loud noises. So they wake up kind of easily in the winter. So just a little fun fact for you. And fun facts like that I did include in the science unit too on your teacher direction pages. And then I also have these sorts. I take these and put them on Velcro so the kiddos can sort them. And we have animals that hibernate. And I put or become dormant because technically reptiles and amphibians don't hibernate. They become dormant. So I put that kind of there for your reference. And then animals that migrate, and then animals that adapt. So there are those. And then, as always, there is a read aloud included. So that way you have that for circle time. And then I do have these kind of like animal adaptation, or kind of like just some fun science facts about animals in winter. So those are there, and you can use those as kind of put them up in the science center, use them as talking points. Obviously the kids are not going to read the text since our kiddos can't read. That's more for the adults to use as they teach. And then we have parts of a bear. We have the anchor chart, and then we have a mini one-page poster. And then we have the labeling page, and it's really fun if you want to bring in a stuffed animal bear, and you can talk about all the different body parts that way too. And then the other science table setup is you can build a winter shelter, and you could have them, build a cave, a hollow tree, a burrow, or a den. And again, real life photos for you guys. And then I have ideas on what things you can put at the science table. These are just pieces of felt I have, cardboard tubes. I do include pattern block, a printable, so you can print out pattern blocks if you want. And everybody's gonna ask, where do I get brown and gray and black cardstock? I get it at Michael's. And then I do have the blueprint pages, and here's kind of like a little example of a little shelter. So I have my little bear, and then I kind of just built a little shelter for him. So kind of including some stem. And then we also, if you wanted to do a sort, you could do this at the science table. But you can have a whole bunch of different animals out, and you can talk about animals that migrate, hibernate, or adapt. And these are just those cards off those boards. So if you don't have all of these animal figures, you can just put out the cards as well. And then there are worksheets to go with that. And there's 3 different versions too. Like if you just want to do adapt, hibernate, if you just want to do adapt, migrate, because hibernate, adapt, and migrate at once all can be a little confusing or tricky. And then here's a fun experiment. So what is warmer, skin or fur? So they're basically exploring how bears or animals stay warm in the winter with their thick coat of fur. So all I did was put like a washcloth, or you can put fake fur if you want in there. And then I put another baggie on the inside. So what they would do is stick their hand in that and see how long it takes to get cold. Or this is just a baggie, and they would put their hand in the baggie, and obviously their hand gets cold instantly. So that's kind of a fun experiment to do. And I have 2 recording page options. So we just have which is warmer for skin, and then one with a writing spot for you as well. And then in my science unit, just like all the other units, I have journal pages, some with lines, some without. I have a note for families. This is the read aloud, just printed smaller. So you can do that if you have a small science table. And then labels. I always include all the labels to help you guys stay organized. And then there is a book list. And then just like all the other science units, I give teachers some background information. And then I do have photos of the resource in action. So that way you can, if you're a visual person like me, look at it and then set it up how you want to. So all of this is, again, included in the Animals in Winter Science unit. If you want to grab it, the link is at the top. So go ahead and grab it. The hibernation centers, math literacy centers, those have also been released, and those pair perfectly with this science unit. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, or if you want to use the resource in your classroom, and tag me on Instagram or put it in the Pocket of Preschool Facebook group. I love, and you guys have an awesome night.